exciting,
provocative,
pretty engaging from the beginning,
edgy,
exhilarating,
really creative,
very, very enjoyable,
imaginative,
intense,
rather quick read,
very engaging, very engaging.
frightening.
Really very, very good book.
Really enjoyable, despite the fact that it's not what I typically read, because it's well written.
I know this was first book by this author, and really exceeded my expectations.
I think that this is a really interesting idea for a book.
Who would enjoy it? Anyone that enjoys a good book, a good story, an engaging read with great characters, and certainly anyone that enjoys historical pieces.
You don't see a lot of the combination of historic and supernatural.
If you're a Ken Follett fan or any fan of medieval or Gothic time period, this book is for you.
If you like the idea of things being told from different perspectives and kind of having that pacing that obviously you have the go-to Game of Thrones.
If you love Game of Thrones and Lord of the Rings or any kind of a fantasy, historical, you'll love this book. But, you know, honestly, that's not the genre I read regularly, and I found this book fantastic.
Supernatural elements are actually somewhat plausible, that they are sort of behind the scenes in historical events.
Obviously, a lot of work went into researching for this book, because it very much captures the feel of that time period.
Kept me on the edge of my seat throughout the whole book.
The idea that it's these sort of influences that could have led to major historical events makes it almost seem like these things could be true, they could be real.
Well, I know this, the prologue is short, a few pages, and I read that in the evening, maybe 9 o'clock. By the time I put the book down, it was 3 in the morning.
A complex web of characters. I really enjoy books that have a lot of intersecting plot lines from the different characters, and boy, this one was really terrific.
And I like that throughout they have a transition from one perspective to another, kind of as the story progresses. You sort of see through the eyes of different characters, and because of that, it gives, you know, the opportunity to have kind of a cliffhanger.
They call it the Dark Ages for a reason. It is dark, and the book's dark, but that's what keeps it interesting, at least to me.
This is sort of harkening back to when vampires and these creatures were considered evil. You know, they were villainous, they were monstrous, almost like a classic Dracula.
And it's a good story, and I'm hoping he writes a second book.
I think you'll really enjoy it.